Live. Right, so as you sit in your room in the tavern that you had just purchased, it is currently about 7 p.m. What are you going to do?
I'm going to write a note quickly to explain the fact that I am going to head back to the town. I am very cautious about where our dad's whereabouts is, Jerome, and I would like to figure this out. So I'm going to head back to town and go ask around the guilds to see if I can find anything out.
Yep. So
Oh,
you do know which room is theirs. You can put the note under the door before you leave.
I'll put the note under Jerome's door then.
Yep. So as you walk out and into the hallways to put the note under the door, you do smell a hint of sulfur in the air. As you do hear very distant thunder.
And I'll head back in my room quickly and I'll mark down on the scroll of mark and return so I can come back.
Yep. So I imagine you're going to use your first recall?
Yep, I'm going to use the one that'll take me back to my tavern.
Yep, so with that, you activate the scroll, and you do appear at the entranceway of... Let me find it. Right here. I'll move you up. You are now at the entrance to your tavern. I'll do a focus ping so you can see where that is.
Yep. Oh, we now have a design for the tavern. Perfect.
There you go. Right, outside the front door.
Right. Guess I'll head.
Give me a second, I'll just reveal that properly. There you go. You do hear the constant hustle and bustle of dwarves and other people, in some drinking, some working. You see recognizable people that work for you coming in and out.
Yeah. I guess I'll head into the tavern, see if there's anything out of the ordinary, and just check everything's still working fine.
Yep, so I'll do that. It's a pretty well lit area, but do this. And then I'll also do... that over. Yep, I'll just place some dudes. God, they're so small, some of these icons.
I mean, this guys. Yeah.
Yeah, you just do see, like, pretty standard-looking dwarves just filling the tavern up, drinking, some cheering about random things and whatnot.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, then I'll go head off to the nearest guild.
Yep. So which guild are you heading towards?
I'll head to Bronze... What was that one? It's the Bronze something. I don't remember.
Your guild is the Bronze Barons.
Yep, I'll head to the Bronze Barons first.
Yep. So you arrive at the guild of the Bronze Barons, and you do see the two guards posted outside, and the wall is still smooth and closed.
I'll pull out my badge and I'll tap it on the door and go in.
Yep, so you walk in, and being 7 p.m, you do see quite a few people sitting around tables and eating and whatnot, probably coming in for the day. And you do see Hatram sitting at his desk in the middle of the room.
I'll head over to Hatram and ask him if he's got a minute. I can ask.
Yep, so you go up to Hatram, he's like, oh, yes, it's you. How is the jet quest going?
It's going well. Thank you.
Splendid. When can I expect that done?
Hopefully soon. We are still on it. I've just come back as I've just got a couple of questions for you if you do not mind me asking.
And what would they be?
It's more so about my father. The last we saw him, he went to go obtain the silver badge. I was
Yes.
wondering if you knew anything about him, if he was part of this guild.
What was his name?
Gorgrum Wagglesnuggle.
Right, Gorgrim. He kind of pulls out quite a large ledger and looks at it and goes, Gorgrim. Well, I can't see a Gorgrim. Granted, this guild is only 100 years old. You'd probably be better off checking some of the ledgers in the others. The Iron Hands is known as one of the more longer-standing ones around here.
Thank you. I will head there next, and I'll head off to the Iron Hands and thank him for his time.
As you sort of go to leave, you do hear him say, like, what's that smell? As you walk in.
No, I wouldn't. Uh-huh.
Yep, so I guess you're going to make your way to the Iron Hands?
Yep.
Yep, so as you make your way to the Iron Hands Guild, the streets are starting to clear up as most people are heading to their homes and whatnot, and you do finally find the Iron Hands Guild. And the building is roughly about 3 times larger than the Bronze Barons, and the guards outside are much more well equipped, and you assume to be about 20 of them.
I don't remember if the badges work just on the doors. It's not, you actually have to be signed up to the guild, or is it the other way around?
I mean, if it was only if you were signed up, you never would have been able to get in the first place.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll head up to the door and I'll put my badge on it.
So as you make your way up to the door, one of the guards steps in front and says, "Halt, purpose being."
I've came to see if I can obtain any knowledge of where my father is. I was just asking some of the guilds. Steve Wagglesnuggle.
Oh, the brewery, right. Alright then. He sort of steps aside and gestures towards the stone wall.
Thank you, sir. And I'll start head over and I'll put the badge on the wall, I guess.
Yep, so it doesn't fade away this time, except you are instantaneously ported to inside the building. In the center of quite a large room, with a lot of very affluent looking people walking around and talking and drinking. It appears to be quite similar to a circular tavern.
I'll do a spot check, see if I can see anyone of note around, like, who seems to be of a higher power, or like the leader of the place, I guess.
Yep, so do that.
God damn it, why do I get a nat 20 from no one's here?
There you go, nat 20. So yeah, you do spot someone with a platinum badge, currently talking with quite a few gold badges and whatnot, who has an insignia of a large iron hand gripping a blade on his chest. You assume to probably be the owner.
I'll head over to him and I'll ask politely, sorry sir, but do you have a moment of time I can ask you a quick couple of questions?
Who are you? What do you want? Why are you here?
I've come looking to obtain any information on my father's whereabouts. I'm from the Bronze Barons.
The hat trimmed establishment.
Yes, sir.
So, why are you here if you're part of the other guild? Looking for someone, right?
Yes, my father. His name was Gorgrum's Wagglesnuggle. I was wondering, the last time we saw him...
So the moment he hears you say Gorgrum, he sort of has his face sort of changes from a jolly look to a more serious tone, and it immediately says, "Shut up, come with me."
Yes, sir. And I'll follow him.
See, some of the gold badges and whatnot are like, say to him, where did I put that? Roldwood, where are you going? Silence. Back to your rooms. And they sort of like, oh, okay, as they walk away. As you get to one of the corridors further down, as he leads you through a couple of winding rooms and corridors, you do see the walls behind you shifting and changing as the building itself starts to change shape, and you find yourself in a stone square room. You do see him with the snap of his fingers, a purple glint appears on the surface of the walls, and he sort of looks at you and goes, "Why are you looking for him?"
He is my father. I haven't seen him in years. I was wondering if what we heard about him heading for the Silver Badge was true.
Hmm. Hmm. The son of Gorgrim has come to me to find out where he is going, eh? The last that you know of him is he was going to do a silver badge. Right, well, I
Yes.
suppose I'll be kind and give you one piece of information. He definitely has acquired a silver badge.
Well, that is good. Do you know where exactly he is?
No.
Oh.
Would you know why the council are looking for him?
The council are looking for him.
Hmm. This has
I
problems.
I had no idea they were looking for him.
Right.
Hmm.
He sort of sits there and thinks for a moment. You know, I can give you one piece of information to start your little investigation. I speak with some of the members of the church.
Thank you,
As
sir.
he mentions that, he snaps his fingers and you find yourself in a flash of light and outside the guild.
Yeah, I guess I'll go head to the church then.
Yep. So you make your way over to the extremely large...
Oh, shit!
What's that?
Ah, yes, the church!
You'd assume it to be the Church of Moradin.
Yes.
It's kind of like
no.
the only really accepted god here.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that this is a great idea after last session.
Yeah. So, as you make your way over to the Church of Moradin, which isn't so much of as a chapel or a cathedral, it is rather an extremely large forge with worshippers, because you would be aware of this, worshippers of Moradin don't so much as pray to him, they create and make items in his name.
Yep. Yeah.
So, as you walk to the church, you do see various dwarves and crafters and whatnot labouring away at forges. As you make your way through the building, through the hefty smog of burning coal and molten iron. Yeah, so you're now in roughly the centre of the large workshop.
I'll do a spot check to see if I can find like the priest or like someone who's, I guess, of the higher up.
Yep.
So spot check. 13. Fuck.
Can't really pick out anyone of note.
I guess I'll head over to someone and ask them, do you know where someone of I can talk to who runs this place, the church?
He the dwarf that you went over sort of takes off his goggles as his face is caked with coal smoke and embers currently on his apron. He's like, "What was that?"
Is there someone I can talk to about something? Someone of like the higher ups, I guess.
Higher up of the church?
Yes.
Oh, well, you can go look for Callister.
Yes, do you know whereabouts he is?
What's the time now? He sort of like looks up as he adjusts his goggles and he sees a large clock on the wall. At 8 o'clock he should be over at the Prime Anvil at this time.
I guess I'll head over to the Prime Anvil. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's a
well, you
place
don't know where that
can.
is.
Okay. I'll ask him, whereabouts is this Prime Anvil then? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, so, where you want to go is he gives you quite complex directions going through quite a large area. The church itself is roughly about a square kilometer.
That's great.
Yeah, it's big. And he does give you directions good enough for you to be able to find your way to it.
Yep. So I guess I'll head there.
Yep. So as you make your way through, you do notice the smoke and smog and fumes and whatnot starting to lessen a bit as you get away from the forge sector of the church as you make your way up. It becomes less about raw effort putting into metal and bending it and forging it, and more into more refined things such as mithril chain shirts and adamantine plates. And you do finally come across what you assume to be the prime anvil, which is a glowing silver and blue anvil, as you see a very large muscular dwarf hammering away at a oddly coloured crystal metallic substance.
Well, guess again, I'll head over to him and ask him, do you have a moment of time I can talk to you, sir?
He can't really hear you over the hammering of what he's working on.
I'll lightly tap him on the shoulder.
With that, he sort of just takes off his goggles and looks at you, and you see a fairly weathered dwarf with many years behind him, who you assume to be roughly about 700 years old.
Oh, he's old.
What do you want?
I was wondering if you have a moment of time I can talk to you. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions.
Alright then. He sort of puts down his tools at the bench, and he directs you to a table not too far off as he takes a seat. What is it you want?
I'm looking for my father. His name is Gorgrim Wagglesniggle.
Gorgrim, eh?
Yes.
You're his son?
Yes. One of.
He's got a few of them. He's got quite a lot of them, actually. So why are you looking for old Gorgrim?
I've just found out he obtained a silver badge. I haven't seen him in years. I was wondering where he had gone.
Well, last time I spoke to him, he was asking something about the cultists.
Cultists?
Yep.
What? Did he say anything else, or was it just trying to find a set of cultists?
Well, a few members of the church. It's kind of a bit of a conspiracy theory. They reckon there's the cultists of Atropos have infiltrated certain members of the church and the council, and he was looking to find information on it.
Do you know where he would have went next, or if he found any information on it, even?
Last I heard, he was going to one of the shrines of Moradin down over at the Felith region. That was a while ago now.
I'll thank him for his time and let him get back to work, and I guess I'll head to the... actually, I'll ask him if he can give me directions to the Fellas region. I'll head there.
With that, he kind of, you see a blue glint in his eye as a 3D sort of semi-holographic map of the region appears in front of you. It's over there.
Thank you, sir. I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I'm sorry I took your time.
As you're walking out, you do sort of hear him say under his... Well, he doesn't really say it under his breath, sort of directed at you. Be careful what you're looking for, lad. You might have the same fate as old Gorgon.
I'll turn and thank him for his worries as I leave.
With that, you sort of just walk out of the building, and you do hear, as you make your way out, the loud hammerings of what he was working on once again resume.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I do just head to the district you mentioned, see if I can find anything else then.
Yep, so you make your way over to the district and whatnot, and it takes you about an hour and a half to get to it, as it's on one of the outside sectors of the city. And you do... Oh, I've got to put this guy over here. You do come across... Let me put it... go to the bottom right.
Yep.
Drag this down. There you go. Focusing. Boom.
Yep. See.
Reveal that whole area. Yep, and so you do come across the shrine that he had mentioned as you sit outside, currently looking at the quite old and very archaic looking designs of what you do know as Moradin's symbols.
I guess I'll head up towards it then.
Yep. Make your way in. And you do have the smell of leathers and old iron. And you do also notice the scent of sulfur. But also, it doesn't seem... The smell leaves you as you enter the shrine itself.
I'll do a spot check on the shrine, see if I can see anything else of note.
Yep.
Oh.
So with that, you can't really spot anything too out of the ordinary. Apart from in the center, the tomb that also is styled in the shape of an anvil. Well, not a tomb, the sarcophagus.
I'll move in. I'll have a look at the sarcophagus, like see if it... Because I can see... Is that writing on top of it?
It is.
So
you can read Dwarven, so yeah. It pretty much... Yeah. It just says, for the Creator and Soulfather, we toil and build, so that one day we can maybe hope to be in his shadow.
I'm assuming to each side those are offerings.
Yeah, you do see certain flowers and gems and jewels and stuff like that laid around the room. Quite well crafted.
Yeah. Not taking those. Do not take offerings from areas of gods.
Let me just also... So, I'd imagine you're probably going to look around the place.
Yeah, I'll have a look around the place, see if I can find anything.
Yep.
So I'll just, like, kind of wander around, I guess. And just head up around.
So with that, you are a dwarf. Make a stone cunning check.
Search. X. Go. Stone cunning. That. 22.
22. Okay, you do notice that. So here, you do notice a sector of the wall has a slightly indented stone.
I'll push on that stone.
Yep, so pushing on it, the wall sort of slowly slides away as a cavern is revealed. The scent of death and rot coming in quite heavily.
I'll do a spot check, see if I can see anything in here.
Yep.
23.
So with the 23, you do notice a rather... Let me just reveal that. Just don't pay too much mind to what the icon actually looks like, because I couldn't be fucked finding a specific icons for these guys. You do notice someone wearing robes, black robes with red sigils depicting rotting hands and mouths on them. As he seems to be praying.
Trust him. I'll go a little bit close. I'm not gonna go too close, but I'll go to about here and I'll say, "Excuse me, sir," as...
You found this place. Come,
yes.
brother, let us pray.
Pray to what exactly?
The Great One, the Coming One, the Herald, our Lord, Atropos.
It's times like this with D&D knowledge comes in handy.
You can make a religion check if you have that.
I don't. That's the issue. So
Okay, well then yeah, no, you got nothing.
I'll just stand there and look at him and be like, and just, Why was this place hidden away?
Are you not a fellow follower? We can't quite show ourselves yet. Not until his coming days.
I'm only someone who is looking to find my father. He was last seen heading to this area.
No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Would you know anyone who would know anything about that?
You aren't quite a follower of Atropos, are you?
No, I am not.
And with that, roll initiative.
I was about to say, that's initiative. We did not get good initiative.
You got 8,
Yep.
and he got 25. Right. So he's going to sort of part his hands away, and you do see if a red greenish beam emanate from his hands towards you, and now does that beat your touch AC?
No.
Yep, so the beam sort of misses you as you dodge out of the way. And he is going to say, shadow sort of looms over him, dripping with blood and whatnot, and you see him whisked off into the distance. Now it is your turn.
You do spot checks in combat, I can't remember.
You can.
I guess I'll roll
What's your
spot check
dark
to see if
vision?
60 feet. Do you want me to put a thing on?
Yeah, okay, so you would still be able to see him. Do that. Yep, so now your turn.
Right, so since I can see him... 45 feet. That's not going to be hard to hit. It will be fine. I will straight away. I am going to take a stance of aggression.
Yep.
See. 16 and I'll take a shot at him.
Yep.
$17.
Yep, so with that, you would have hit him, but as the bolt is flying through the air, you do see him wave his hand as a shimmering effect is around him, and the bolt is deflected.
I'll kind of just smile and I'll go, nifty one you are.
So it's now his turn. Right now, he is going to do something kind of mean. Find the exact ruling on that. So, he's going to do something in this area here. As a sickening green fog emanates around you. Make a con save.
That's fort save, sorry.
Fort save, that's it.
$22.
22. Yes, so you do not die.
What?
Yes, this would have straight up killed you. Now, with that, you do see him once again whisked off into the distance by a shadow looming over him. And it is now your turn.
Head up and out of the
Be very deliberate about how you move through this cloud. So you are out of it, right. Now, you do see him again. There you go.
I will have had I forgot. I should have had to haste to actually move up to there. Because technically that's done over my movement because it's 25.
Well, you could have just... well... Okay, so we could say that, yes, you did use haste.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would be your swift action gone.
Yep.
That you get one mulligan.
Yeah. No more mulligans. Got to actually fucking calculate beforehand. I'll take a little bit more forward just in case this cloud expands, because I don't quite trust it.
Yep.
Then take another. 20.
20 does indeed hit, yes.
He hasn't got any more shit he wants to pull?
You don't know that.
Hopefully not. Well, shit. That's 3. Oh, well, that was fucking trash.
Yep, so with 5 points, the bolt hits him as he sort of falls to the ground in a disheveled pile.
I don't believe he's dead. That's it for my turn, so if he's not dead, it's your turn.
Yep. So, make a listen check.
There it is. Okay.
You do not hear something. Right, so with that, that definitely misses. So from behind you, you do see, from hearing a certain sizzling sound behind you, you do see a blast of green energy go under your arms. You very ably dodge it. You can't turn yet.
Right.
Now, right, so do that, and now it's your turn.
Alright, I'll turn around since it came from behind me and I'll do a spot check to see if I can see him. Or whatever's behind me. Got it.
On that 20, yep, so you do definitely spot him. He is in beneath a pile of bone and corpses.
What are checks cost? Are they free actions or are they swift actions?
What was that?
So would a spot check be a free action? Will that be like a swift action?
That would be a free. So what are you going to do?
You slipstream. Found it all. I was going to use slipstream strike because the bones sound like cover. I'm just reading. Most basic protection against arrows is some of cover, but you know, many ways to negate. Ignore any cover bonuses to target's AC. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to try and have a shot at him.
Yep.
I am going to use slipstream strike, so if there's any cover, it just denies it, because I don't know if those bones will count as cover.
Yep. 'That's a crit.
30. Yep. Alright then. Roll damage, I'm guessing?
Yep.
D12. 32.
Well, 32 hits. With that, the bolt goes through the head of the person, and once again it falls to the ground in a... Well, not really falls to the ground, it kind of just stops moving inside the piles of bones and corpses. And now what are you going to do?
need to be careful because I know this place. They know I'm here now, so it's like, I'll head up a little bit this way. I'm just being careful, obviously.
Yep. So it is now cultist's turn. So, make a spot check. Yep, nat 20.
Okay.
You do see another cultists in this pile of bone and corpses, so he does not get the flat-footed hit against you. Is that bit your touch, AC?
Yes.
Right. You take 8 points of con damage.
So does that just go straight off my charisma, con modifier?
Constitution. Yes. So that means for every level that you have, you just lost 4 health.
Yep. Shit, that's a lot of health.
Yeah. That's 16. You now have a maximum HP of 22.
Oh no.
And now it is your turn.
Yep.
As you do become more injured, you can smell sulfur in the air.
I'll call upon him because it's not bandits. It's cultists, different. Fuck.
Not really. Bandits is anyone who breaks the law.
These are breaking the law, aren't they?
In a way. Are you?
Fuck.
Well,
I'm not
look at
calling
it.
it
What
funny.
have you done that you think would be considered breaking the law? If you have.
I can't think of anything I'd consider breaking the law, unless asking questions is breaking the law. I don't think
Oh, really?
it is. Alright, I'll call upon good old-fashioned Michael Creed.
Michael Creed. Let me go and grab him. Just had to go over to another sheet to get him.
We're planning on calling Michael Creed.
Let me put that here. I gotta bring up his character sheet.
I'll call him down and I'll shout, "There's more souls for you to take."
Yep, and with that, he will roll his initiative. He has a 14. Yep, and so with that, you do hear thunder in the distance and the smell of brimstone and sulfur assault your senses as a fiery pillar emerges on the rocks. Ain't been that too long yet, has it? What do we got here? Couple of cultists.
Yes.
That's gonna be delectable. Yep, we'll just put them in the table. Creed. 19. As he sort of takes a bit of an assessment of the area, he's like, he says, been a while since I dealt with these kinds. They'll die the same. Now it is the cultist's turn. And the cultist is going to do something. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, so the cultist does not recognize Creed.
Thank fuck.
Seeing the man with the giant fucking whatever the fuck that was, you see a mist appearing around the cultist hands as once again another cloud is made, centered on Creed. You are barely out of that, so Creed needs to make a fortitude save. Yeah, and he passes.
I was about to say he fails. Oh yes, the devil is dead. To a cloud. What?
I mean, do you want to see what happens if you did fail?
No. I feel like that. I feel like that's a fucking very bad thing. I don't even want to know. I feel like more instant death.
So with the cultist casting that spell, Creed gets to do something very special with that.
Oh.
That is a crit. So, with that, the cultists, you do hear a swift, unholstering sound of something. Well, I mean, you know what it is, but not really. And then,
Yeah.
+5 +9 +2 d6 brackets 8 4. And the cultist takes 92 points of damage. Actually, that's double that, because I need to put on the splitting effect, so he would have taken 160 points of damage. And the cultist is very much blasted into nothing with the pile of bones and corpses along with it. As a singed, burning, obsidian mark is left on the ground. And Creed turns to you and says, "We got about 8 more of them. You want me to take him out?"
I'll turn to him and I'll just nod as in yes.
With
Leave
that, what was that?
Oh fuck, it's a bit late. I said leave one. I think it's a bit late though, isn't it?
So, Creed's is going to naturally succeed at this check. I'm not even going to bother. There was quite a few guys in here, because you did go into a cultist den by yourself.
Oh, I guessed. I felt like that was a mistake, and then it's like, fuck. The moment you realize it's a mistake, it's too late.
Yep. So let me do that. And that's all of them. So with that, Creed does, in a shimmering flame, appear in the center of the room. As he draws both of his weapons, and you hear, "More for the forge." As he looks back to the other room, that was the shrine, says, "Ain't that right, old Moradin?" And with a cacophony of thunder and brimstone, you see every single one of the cultists sort of laid waste to with fire and smoke left in their way. And
Dead.
what was that?
Everyone is dead.
That in. I'm just marking all of them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was going to be a 99.99% chance you were going to die in here.
Yeah.
Yep. With that, the one left alive that is now currently missing his arms and legs behind you is sitting there on the pile.
I guess it's time to start intimidating.
As you, Creed walks over, sort of pushes you out of the way. Like, "I think I'm gonna have fun with this one."
I'll turn to Creed and ask him, may I ask him a couple of questions first? And then you can have your way with him.
Well, I don't necessarily have to do that, but I suppose I am a gentleman. Sort of
Thank you,
moves back a
Creed.
bit.
And I'll ask him. My father came around here. He was looking for you. Do you know anything of him?
He sort of looks at you quite, with a pretty pained expression. What? Who?
His name was Gorgon Wagglesniggle. He came around here looking for you.
I never heard that name.
Can I do a sense motive on that?
Yep.
To see if he's actually lying. Oh.
You believe he's telling the truth?
Do you know anyone who would know information that I can talk to?
With that, he goes, no. Now, you roll a sense motive against that.
Yep. Oh, you're...
You believe him once again.
Right, the dice rolls like to fuck me. Huh.
As you're talking with him, you do hear Creed walking in the background. His footsteps leaving cinders and molten rock on the ground with each step as he goes over to all of the corpses, and as you see him physically rip the souls and spirits out of them.
Okay, right. I'm gonna try and do intimidate, and I'm going to ask him again. Are you sure you know nobody? Because I'm not the one you need to worry about.
I'll give you a +4 on that.
Ooh.
For a circumstance.
Yep. 1d20 shift plus 13.
He is not intimidated.
Bastard.
Sort of looks at that and says, all stuff dies at the end. We'll just go back to our great father.
I'll look at him and I'll tell him I do not think he will be taking you back to your great father.
He doesn't quite. So he sort of looks at the slightly burning man. He goes, "He's just a man. He's just someone who has a bit of show and panache. Not scared of a man with a gun."
I'll just kind of look at him and just go, you should be.
You could tell Creed to do something. As in, well, that guy perceives Creed as just a dude with guns.
Reed, is there any way you can show him who you really are?
Oh, you're coming with me, boy. As he walks over to him, he puts his hand on him, and in a flash of flame, both of them disappear.
I just gave a man to the devil.
Yep. So with that, I'd say you could probably have a bit of a look around in the area while Creed's having a nice chat with the man.
Yep. I'll have a look around up here then. You know, sometimes I'm thankful I made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that's... At the moment, it's pretty good, but it can get a lot worse.
I know. At the moment, I'm glad, but it's like, I'm not gonna fucking, like, ease my, like, kind of worries.
Oh, fuck this. Just have the whole place.
Yep.
Yep. So at the top, up here, well, over here, you do notice the skull of a... Do a history. Oh, 16. You don't really know too much about it, but you have heard tales of quite large people that used to live here in this region thousands of years ago.
Hmm. I would say, can I do a search check on the bodies, but I don't think that's a good idea, because I think Creed's already took all the salt. Oh, I mean, the bodies are still there.
You could, as you search through them, there's literally, all they are
Yeah,
is
I was
just
gonna say.
pretty desiccated corpse-looking people with wearing extremely tattered and bloody rags.
Yeah, I was thinking they probably won't have much anyway. They're cultists in a cave. That's an altar of some kind. Don't tell me they climbed the spine. How high is like this kind of cliff face area?
This is about 15 feet tall.
I'm guessing the skull roughly is about 10 feet.
About 10, yeah.
Doing figuring out like how tall shit is. That's a fucking big head. Wait a minute, I've just realized that's how big the head is. Think about how big the rest of it is. Jesus Christ. Me trying to avoid the fucking rivers of blood. Alright, this sounds so strange. Would there be a way I could climb up onto the skull and then up onto the cliff? Alright. Climb is just... Oof.
Yep, so with the 19, you do make it onto the top of the skull, as you find quite a few crevices and whatnot to grab hold of and put your feet in.
Then I'll try and climb up onto like up here onto this cliff face.
Yep.
Is that another climb check one?
Yep.
Well, 15.
So, yep, so you do make it up.
And I'll do a spot check of this like altar looking thing.
Yep.
14.
So the 14, yeah, you notice it has an altar of some description. You can tell by its evidence around it that this is a sacrificial altar. And you do notice the gems in the side of it do pulse as if a heartbeat.
Oh, that's fucking cool. That should not be the correct response being. I guess I'll climb back down and I'll wait for Creed to come back with what he's doing.
Yep. So a few minutes pass as you kind of sit there waiting for Creed, and you do see them reappear on the altar.
Oh, the car's tampon jar.
What?
What?
Cars from the internet, bro.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, you do notice Creed reappears in a flash of flame with the cultist on the table, and Creed says, I believe he'll be more open to communication. As you look at the being with looks of horror in its eyes and extreme wounds on its bodies that don't seem to... that constantly are in a state of healing and ripping apart.
I'll cross through this kind of like river of blood and I'll say, now then, I'll ask you once more. Do you know anyone I can talk to about my father's whereabouts?
Yep, make a check.
What do you want me to do for the check? Just...
Diplomacy, intimidate, both work. Intimidate's probably going to be your best bet. And you do get a plus 10 on the circumstance.
I'll do it. Intimidate them. What? 16.
Yep, so that would actually pass. Yeah, so he does say, so, hey, little bit later.
Where is he?
In the city.
Where in the city?
He sort of does put up a bit of resistance, and you do see Creed put his hand on his leg as searing, bubbling flesh appears underneath it. He's part of the council.
I'll nod and I'll turn to Creed and I say, he is yours now.
Well, you can't go back on this, but I will point out is you didn't ask the name. So,
fuck. Yeah,
with
that was
that-
my mistake.
yeah, with that, Creed's like, right, I suppose it's time to let you free, little man. I did say I would do that. And the guy sort of with a look on his face is like, finally I shall meet my great father. And Creed responds, oh, I didn't say I'd let your soul free, boy. You're still coming back with me. As the man screams in pretty horrific agony as the wounds across him, you see his flesh boil and rot away, and his own bones turn to ash as you see Creed put his hand around the spirit of the man as he teleports in a pillar of, disappears in a pillar of flame.
Alright then. I think that will be all I can
With
do.
that, you have noticed that the gems are no longer pulsing red like a heart. They are instead cracked and burning.
Oh.
And inside them, make a spot check.
Yep.
So inside the crystals, you do have visions into what you assume to be the pits and plains of Avernus as extreme, horrific sights takes place to spirits with Creed laughing quite loudly and villainously, I guess, twirling a moustache. Creed also, it does seem to appear that the vision of Creed looks directly at you through the crystal and gives a wink.
I'll nod back. Just as in, I don't want to fucking judge the devil. It's not a good idea. On this note, I think just I can do. I don't want to head back to the. No, because I've asked too many questions at this point. I'll tell Creed, you go have your fun with them. I'm going to take my leave.
You wouldn't hear him. You can just see visions of it in the crystals.
Oh, I thought he was still like.
No, he's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, with that, I'm going to take out the other scroll and head back to the inn.
Yep. So you activate that, and you are teleported back to the inn. And one thing you do notice as you return is the air is slightly foggy as thunder in the distance, and you hear screaming and orders as you hear laughing and smell sulfur and brimstone in the air.
Yep. I'll just head back to go back to rest, I guess.
I'd say, yeah, this is where the session ends.
Yeah.
No.
There's not much more I could do.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. There's your little one-shot thing done.
Yeah.
I'll stop recording that now.